Thank you so much for coming up. Give yourselves a round of applause. If you've been to the CS Summit in the past, you know that where you're sitting right now is not where you end up. Don't get too comfortable. After each and every workshop, you will be challenged to find a new table and sit next to new people the entire day. And you will have to introduce yourself to everyone at your table. We'll talk about more about why that'll be important later on. But without further ado, first let me introduce Gina Grant to the stage. Everybody give Gina Grant a big round of applause. Without Gina, Summit this year would not have went down the way it did. She was able to get us a great space, get us great connections, and I'll let her talk more about herself and introduce our first speaker.
It was working earlier though, right? It was working earlier though.
Well, thank you and good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Gina Grant, and I am the founder of CoreKind, which is a human-centered innovation lab that really is beginning to think about how people live, learn, and lead in an AI-powered world. So I'm super excited to be here. I'm also a part of IIN, which is the Illinois Innovation Network, which has been very generous in helping us to have this space today. And it really would not have been possible without the commitment of one of our partners who is here and is going to kick us off with the welcome. And I would like to say this is quite a reunion for me because we worked together previously on the 4th floor, part of the Discovery Partners Institute, where we used to work together. I'd like to introduce you to Venkat, who is now Professor of Computer Science at the brand new UIC facility. So thank you.
So as Gina mentioned, thank you Gina, my name is Venkat Krishnan. I am a professor in the Department of Computer Science at UIC, and she mentioned that facility. You can see the picture here. It is the brand new building close to the corner of Taylor and Hogshead. So if you are by the area, do check it out. It's a fabulous facility, and mostly it will be open, so you can even tour the insides. And it's a nice facility to move into. I was here at the Discovery Partners Institute, and I just moved there. I mean, I've been a tenured professor for over 20 years, so I went back to my home department. So today I'm going to just give you an overview of what programs my department offers and what kind of research, coursework, student activity, and so on. So I just, by way of just getting a sense of the audience, how many of you are considering a career or a path in computer? I'm sure you are here for that, but in terms of where you are, I want to get a sense for how many of you are looking at a path in computer science in the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, great. Yeah, so almost everybody. So I will talk about what my department has to offer in that path, right? So first of all, it is the largest department in UIC by way of the number of students, the Department of Computer Science. It's 25th on the list of most innovative computer science programs. In the US, we have more than 10 million in funding every year in research. It is, the most important thing is the thing on the right. It is ranked 9th in top performers in social mobility. So we are taking students and putting them in a different social bracket, and that we think is our mojo and our big thing, right? And it's the only Illinois university among the top 10 best value colleges in the nation. So best value is in the money you pay to get degrees. We are the only Illinois university that is in the top 10, right? And UIC serves the largest fraction of students in great financial need and we are the top among the 115 research universities in the US. So our tagline is access to excellence, right? So UIC is R1 Research One University but we are enabling access to all that greatness to a very large section of the society, and that's our main thing. So computer science covers many areas. There is, of course, computing, there is computer engineering, software engineering, and systems is both hardware and software. Software engineering is just software. Human-centered computing, data science, CS plus design. So there is just a whole lot of things that computing has to offer, not just programming or software, right? And if you look at everything that we have to offer as a discipline, it's a very wide range. And so we also have things related to information technology, information systems. These are all what IT organizations need, and so we also have CS plus design. So it's a joint program with the art school. Right? So quite a rich set of opportunities to choose from. And we also have a program on data science, right? So you all probably know what data science is, but just to there is just a huge volume of data that's being generated on an hourly, minute by minute basis on various sectors across the world. And data science is the science of making sense of all the data. And so that's our and a new professional discipline has arisen out of that. That's called data science, and there are excellent careers in data science. Data science is computing that is looking at mathematics, statistics, programming skills, and domain knowledge. Right? Domain knowledge, you could be a data scientist looking at fintech problems, financial tech, industry problems, insurance, healthcare. It could be data science in a variety of, applied to a variety of fields. And so UIC has many programs in all these fields, and data science concentration offers a way to understand how to apply techniques from data science to all of these fields. Right? So I will skip some of these slides. So the US Bureau of Labor Statistics say that data science is going to be a growing discipline, and we offer a major that is in the foundation of math, stats, and computer science, and it has the following concentrations. Computer science is one of the concentration, but it could be business analytics, bioinformatics, social technology studies, statistics, industrial engineering, health science, urban policy. And the core is, of course, data processing science and engineering. So there is a lot of student work. You can see some samples here. So gym member tracking analysis. That's a project done by a student on how people coming to the gym are spending their time analyzing all the data. Heart attack predictors. That's an application to healthcare, right? Fewer diagnosis and medicine. That's another healthcare application. Analyzing employee data to predict salary. This is all classic applications of data science. And finally, we are using those techniques to analyze student performance. So these are all work supervised by faculty like me, done by students like you. So it's not just faculty work. It's the faculty are just there to provide ideas, pointers. The students do all the work. And this is just in the major. And then there are electives and research, right? So there are large number of electives at UIC, and these are classes that one can take, and students choose 6 or more of these electives, and you can see there is a very, very long list of classes being offered. Everything from mobile design, software engineering, to coding, and systems and so on. Right? And there is also a class that combines economics and computation. So looking at computational principles applied to the field of economics. So this is a screenshot from the New York Times as how AI has helped, poker, right? And so you can see it's all applications of, computing to that field, right? So there is a class on artificial intelligence. Of course, AI is the buzzword. We have many classes in AI. We have classes in high performance computing, which is sort of like a backbone of AI because all of these run on GPUs, AI algorithms, and this is a class that introduces all those things. And there is also a class on GPU programming. You can see this is programming AI algorithms on GPUs. So one of the things that our students go through is what is called a guaranteed paid internship program. So usually students have difficulties finding internship, and usually the first internship is the hardest to get. So what UIC offers, UIC Engineering, is a guaranteed paid internship program where upon entry the student is guaranteed of an internship in the first summer, right? And it's a paid internship. And usually with that experience, students are able to take that and get up more internships later on in the second year, summer, and so on, right? So it's a very nice program. So all the students coming in are guaranteed of a summer opportunity that is paid, right? So and these are some numbers: 800 students plus students placed, right? This is one of the research topics that one of our students did on AI fairness. How fair are artificial intelligence algorithms? And the student did some work. AI is applied everywhere. I mean, even in some of the traffic light violation algorithms, there is AI, right? So the question is whether it's being fairly, if AI is making a decision, is it being fair, right? That's so here is some research on visualization, and my own research area is in cybersecurity, and I supervised a number of students, and I'm going to just talk about that research for just about 4 or 5 minutes on the kind of things that we did, and I'll give you some simple examples of the kind of results that we got and the impact that we've had. So how many of you have used a website to make a flight or a transportation reservation? You have, right? You used. So there is a browser, right? And then there is a website which is called the application, right? And the browser keeps sending inputs to the website. As you type them, you go to the website. You want to say make a travel reservation. You choose the dates. You choose the source, the destination where you're going, and then you push, look for flights. And then that input is sent to the website, and the website responds, right? And usually there is some data that validation that happens on the browser, right? So the data, sometimes you might enter a credit card number that's you might miss a digit or two, and there is some validation that the site tells you in red color font typically that this input is not valid. You observed all of that, right? And this input is sometimes done in the browser. And in our research, we found that doing just the validation in the browser is not sufficient. You have to do the validation on the server also, on the website also. Otherwise, the bad guys can actually manipulate the input on the browser side and supply the website with bad data. And I'll show you how. For instance, look at the shopping. This is a simple screenshot of a shopping site. I'm just showing a mock example. You go to a shopping site, you purchase some items, specify the quantity, you pull your credit card, that has been stored, and you provide some delivery instructions and you press submit, right? So this is all looking good, but you can enter bad data. So what happens if you enter, instead of quantity 1, you enter -4? Right? It shouldn't be allowed. There is no negative quantity. But if the site is only doing this validation on the browser, then this can lead to problems. Can someone guess what the problem? Yes, someone said.
You'll end up needing like a refund.
Yeah, you end up if suppose your I'm just saying the mixer costs $200, right? And the copper set it contains it's $500. Then 4 times that amount is $800 plus 500, right? So it's minus 300, right? So minus 300 is almost like a credit back to you, right? So it's one example of how one can bypass the validations being done on the browser side and can provide data that's invalid to the server. And this I'm not talking about this as a theoretical example. This is actually stuff that happened in our research. We were able to find vulnerabilities in online banks. One of the undergraduate students who worked with me was able to find a vulnerability that allowed him to transfer $1 from his parents' account to his account without their authorization. Okay, we of course staged this experiment, so we got permission from his parents to do that, and that's but this was a vulnerability that was found in 350 other banks in the US. So this whole transfer feature was suspended for a period of 3 hours, and the patches were rolled out so that this kind of unauthorized transfer wouldn't happen. And that's something that we did in our research as a result of studying this problem. We also found a similar shopping site that had this vulnerability. This is a site that we used to buy parts, computer parts. It's a site where we reported this vulnerability. We were able to purchase several products for essentially $1 because you can play with the numbers, right, and get the whole shopping cart to be just $1. And we were able to place the order, and then we called the website and disclosed this vulnerability to them, and they were able to fix it in 24 hours. So these are some examples of stuff that students who worked with me did. So that's all I'm going to say about education and research, but also our department offers a number of student, beyond the classroom, a number of interesting student experiences. So there are many organizations. You can see the list here, and this list of organizations is growing. Women in computer science, women in cybersecurity, right? And then there is ACM, Linux Users Group, and then Latinx Organization for Growth in Computing and Academics. It's called Logica. Women in Cybersecurity. This is a group whose students were involved with me. Now that I am back, I'll be working with more of these students there. Right? And there is also Women in Computer Science, which is a larger group. It's called WIX. And they all have hangouts on Fridays. So if you are interested in checking out our programs, you could go on a day where these groups are conducting activities. They usually have these activities on Thursdays or Fridays, right? So, and of course there are many opportunities to get involved, leadership positions and so on, right? So yeah, these are some pictures from the Linux bootcamp. Many students participated, special interest groups, many companies visit the department. These are some women in computer science programs, pictures from that. And so this is not just all local. We take our students to the Grace Hopper celebration of women in computing, and there were trips all over the US over the last maybe 15 years since the conference has been alive. We've been sponsoring and taking students to these conferences elsewhere. It was held in Chicago a couple of years back, I think. And then there is a hackathon conducted by this group called UIC Spark Hacks. Each year there is a theme and there are prizes and so on. So whoever you are, there is a community that you can find at UIC with all these interesting experiences, activities, and there is plenty to choose from. So again, you can check out the department on the web. There's a QR code, happy to answer any questions about UIC, about computing, about research, anything. I'll just stop there.
I have a question. Does UIC have any PhD programs that are computer science and design? Computer interaction?
Yeah, I think the PhD program is not a STOP program. So if you are interested in something, it's usually good to talk to a faculty member that's broadly working in the area, and they will be able to provide advice as to how. So the easiest thing is to find one advisor in CS, one advisor in design that works, and each of them, even if they have not worked before, if you have an idea or a broad direction,